Day six of the Erskine house, and I've got great news. I was checking the weather report. We've got a 2-day break in the storm. Today, tomorrow is gonna be sunny, which means we can paint the outside. Look at that. Sun's coming right up. Oh, that means it's gonna dry everything out and give us the opportunity to actually seal this house up and hopefully get at least all the primer on. I don't think we're getting paint on, because if we get the primer going, I want to prime the inside as well, just because that's what's in the sprayer. There's a lot of cutting in to do. There's a little bit of liquid nail work. I told you guys about that trick, and just getting all the trim pieces ready to be painted, primed up. We're going to try and go all the way around the house, but you can still see I've got quite a bit of work to do here. When we prime this house, we are going to have to prime all the skirt. That means we got to move that water softener. That means I've got to tack up all the trim pieces. I've got to move this glass. I've got to straighten out as much as I can and hopefully get as much dirt and sand and crap off the bottom of the skirt, because paint's not going to stick to it if there's dirt and mud on it. But you can see this house is a nice, ugly Colonel Mustard yellow and red oak brown. Is that a color? I think I just made those up. But as far as everything else is concerned, it is basically dry enough, or will be in the next few hours, to actually start priming and painting. So today's a paint day. Here we go. You can see the priming's coming right along. Jeremiah showed up, started spraying this down. I just put that piece in, didn't get to prime that in time, but that's all right. We'll paint over that. It's got liquid nail on it. And we've made it all the way around this side of the house, but the wind picked up. No storm, no rain, but we got wind. So I got the side skirting down, best of my ability. Listen, this is an Ask the Audience moment. If anyone knows where to get this side skirting stuff or a better solution to these metal skirts, I'm all ears, because I fight these all the time, and you just end up doing the best you can to protect the underbelly of the house. So there's Jer setting up to tape that window, and we got to spray this shed down too, just to get a layer of paint on it. I forgot to add that. I never even talked about that in this video. So we're gonna work our way all the way around the shed and all the way around the front of the house. Time to address this bathroom. It's this bathtub has a wood panel, and I don't know why they would use a wood panel, but they did, and this is common in these mobiles. So I've gone ahead and pulled back the hot and the cold. That spigot there is hard to get off. I think I can actually go around it, but what I'm basically trying to do here is seal in the wood with liquid nail, kind of waterproof it, and then I'm gonna have to recaulk this entire shower. And I'm just going to be generous with it, because you taking a hot shower, water just starts seeping into everything. So we're going to go ahead and just liquid nail it, caulk this thing up, and get ready for paint, because that's coming next. So that's about as good as it's going to get. You know, the thing is about these showers, and I hate doing things like this, but using liquid nail is a trick that everyone should know. You really should know how to use liquid nail. And this one's got my name on it, but it's just the generic custom concrete adhesive, and it can make a lot of odd jobs a lot easier. At the end of the day, you know, this is a mobile shower. It's a wood panel on a shower wall. You would never do that in a modern house. You would have tile, you'd have some cement board, But in these mobiles, this is how they did it. And you just have to keep a lot of paint on it to keep it waterproof. And over the years, when they get damaged, you have to repair them. So the answer is do you do something modern, like cement board everything and tile it, or do you repair the damage and waterproof it to the best functional use? And that's kind of the objective here, is take liquid nail, suck it into all the wood, waterproof it best you can, put a nice heavy coat of paint on it, and seal it all up again, and try to get as much life out of it as you can, because you really have to draw the line, right? This is not a modern house. This is not a traditional stick-built house. If you went around to every problem area in this house and tried to do a modern remodel on it, you really just have to draw the line somewhere. And on the showers, I draw the line there, because you don't get a lot more value there. What you just need is function. So it's not pretty. I hate doing things like that. But at the end of the day, I've done it before. I know it works. As long as it's sealed up good and painted good and the caulk stays regular on it, every time a tenant moves out, you just re-caulk it or just look for any type of weaknesses there. And remember, those panels move. But yeah, it is what it is. That's as good as it's going to get. It's the afternoon update, and we are making great progress. All the house is primed, and the entire house is painted titanium white. We're getting ready for the two-tone soon. We're getting real low on paint. How much we got left?
I think enough to finish the corner right there.
All right, but not enough to do the shed?
No, it's like I'm already stuck in the bottom right there.
All right, we might have to grab a couple more gallons for the shed. Well, we're gonna be moving on to the slate gray trim all around the outside, on the top and the bottom skirts, and all the window casings. So now we're setting up to cut and miter in all the casings and start priming and painting them. And we've only got 3 hours left of daylight, so we'll see how we do. But it is sunny and a little windy, so that should dry quick. We're optimistic. So we have got all the white paint, we got the primer, we got the paint, we got the gray trim on, at least everything that needs to be sprayed. All we've got left now is all the trim pieces, which I've been cutting up for the last hour, and they're all drying out now. And we had just enough wood and then a few extra pieces from the yard. We didn't do the door trim yet or the back door yet, but we're gonna make a push to try to get as much of this stuff on as we can. But I'll take you guys for a little walk around. And you can see it's all drying now. Yeah, there's gonna be a little touch up here and there, but by and large, this house got painted. It's gonna have another day to dry tomorrow, and then the storm returns. Here's the shed. That never got great, so we still gotta trim that. That'll just be rolled on though. Here's the backside. So one of the problems with all these mobiles is all the windows have these 1/4 inch hex screws. And if you got to try to put trim over them, you can either do it on the back side of them, which doesn't look as neat, or you can do it right on top of them, but then you have a bulge in your 1x3. So we have to go around to every window, remove all the 1/4 inch hex screws, and then put in flat screws so that it lines up a lot better. And that's a lot of screws. That's over 150 screws. Luckily, the new windows, they're gonna be already flat, so that'll be easy to do. What do you think, Jer? Good paint day?
Yes, sir.
I just storm you with the camera out of nowhere?
Yeah, I'm on YouTube.
All right, if you guys need a good painter in the Kern County or LA area, Jeremiah's my guy. He's fast, he's good, he's licensed, and we trade work when we can, help him out whenever he can help me. I help him, he helps me. One of the many friends I've made along the way doing this. And if you're thinking about getting into house renovation, you know, you're not going to start overnight with connections and other contractors and people that can do all this stuff. You just start doing it, and people will come by and they'll ask if you want any help. They'll introduce themselves, you know, ask if they got a few references, and you just kind of build that network up over time. And I think the most important thing is that everyone you meet is a potential lifelong friend and employee, and you need to treat every person, no matter what they look like. It's probably not their best day. They never planned on meeting you that day. But give them a fair shake, because you never know what it could turn into. So as long as you're honest with everyone and upfront, if you tell them, hey, I'd like to give you some work sometime, but I'm currently, I got other guys, but I'll keep your number. That's a pretty straight way of doing it. You never want to just tell somebody no, because you don't know who they are. Might be the best guy you've ever had. So anyway, I'm gonna put some more time lapses up of us putting this trim up, hopefully, and try to get as much up before the sun sets. We got about 40 minutes, I'd say, maybe an hour. Starting to look like a different house now. You get up close, so you can still see there's a fair amount of work to do. We got the screw holes caulked in, but some of the trim still needs to be touched up. So tomorrow the plan is to take the primer and the sprayer inside. Yeah, the outside looks like it's getting close, but the inside still needs a ton of work. But once the primer's on tomorrow, once the primer's going tomorrow, I'll be out here getting all the trim put up. We still got a little bit more paint to do on that trim, but man, removing all these hex heads is just a pain in the butt, but that's what it takes. So we take the hex heads out, put the Phillips in, but I just kind of wanted to give you guys the end of the day wrap up and show you what it looks like. It's looking pretty good, man. Pretty darn good. I know the lighting's not very good, but it's all coming together. I'll get one more shot over here in the front. Not bad. Not bad at all. All right, I'm gonna turn that heater on in that back room, get that drywall to tighten up, and hopefully get a sand on it and a texture on it. I forgot, shoot, I gotta do that first thing because we're primering in there tomorrow. It never ends, boys, but it's getting close. We're just not tying up any loose ends, You like to check things off the box, like this part's done, this part's done, this part's done, but there's still so much. What's that, Jared?
Ain't nothing done yet.
No, it's not, right?
In the middle of it.
No, it's like we've got, just the floor is gaping. The kitchen still needs to be painted, all the inside. The outside still needs a ton of work.
Oh, yeah.
All right, well, we're gonna catch you guys tomorrow. See you later.